Are dolls really that creepy? Are we doll collectors really that strange? Am I really a weirdo for liking dolls? Let me tell you that no, the answer is usually no, you're not that creepy. Your dolls are not that creepy, okay? I'm sure most of you have heard BJDs or dolls in general being called weird, creepy, strange, haunted, maybe even murderous, I don't know. I've surely have had people call me personally, weird. I know I'm weird, but I do not feel my dolls are creepy, particularly creepy. I mean, sure, this one has horns. I'm not talking about him, but I have cutesy dolls as well, and I'm sure a lot of you do too. My cutesy dolls are not creepy. Like, how are they creepy? Hear me out. They kind of are. Maybe not to us. Maybe we're special. Maybe we're different. Maybe our tolerance for the uncanny valley is higher somehow. I don't know how and I don't know why. As I said prior, I personally do like creepy stuff and I do not mind things being creepy. The things I do find creepy are really out there. I do not find dolls creepy. I have never ever found dolls to be creepy. And I'm sure a lot of you haven't either. But what if some of us do like all our dolls being creepy at times? I mean, I like these dark boys. I think their aesthetic is pretty creepy. But that does not make dolls, or BJDs in particular, specifically creepy. Not to me, and most likely not to you, the collectors. But people do tend to associate dolls, especially BJDs, with the Hollywood horror stories of haunted dolls, I think. That's my best guess. I think, and from what I've seen, the culture that revolves around dolls portrays them as being vessels for demonic possession, or for spirit possession, or for any sorts of possession, if you do believe in that sort of thing. And even if you don't, if you watch movies, there's a chance that a little seed has likely infested your mind somewhere down there. I'm not saying you believe it, I don't either, trust me. But I can see where it comes from. And it's not just Hollywood movies, it's not just books, it's not just stories. It's also the uncanny valley, okay? I will put a graph up for when things do become uncanny. Pause for graph. Okay, generally speaking, aesthetically wise, the uncanny valley occurs at the time when an object resembles but not quite mimics perfectly the human figure. So an emotional response in humans is usually solicited when a non-human object has humanoid features, but when those features too closely approximate but not quite make it into realism, the object becomes uncanny. It starts to solicit uneasy feelings in the person. This does not happen to me, okay? Being called creepy is not always a nice feeling. Your dolls being really prized possessions, things that you love and you put so much of your heart and soul into, and you dedicate so much time and effort and energy, and then somebody you care about goes and calls them creepy. By extension, do they mean that you're weird? Do they mean that you're creepy for having those dolls? Or are they just freaked out by the dolls? Well, that's the question you should ask them. For some people, dolls do fall into that uncanny category. Some people may be heavily influenced by the false Hollywood image of dolls being possessed and whatnot. Maybe they were just scared. Maybe all this creepy talk just comes from a place of trauma. Have you thought about that? Maybe in the strangest way, they want to protect you? Do not get me wrong, I'm a big time weirdo, okay? I'm not gonna apologize on behalf of those people who reject you for being different. I'm never gonna do that. I've been rejected and I've been an outcast for a really long time. But guess what? I'm still myself. And you should be too. Because for all we know, we only have this one life, and we shouldn't let anybody's misconceptions stop us from being ourselves. Explaining what you feel towards your dolls, towards your work, to a person who is not in the hobby, who is not in the creative field, may be really hard at times. Yeah, but for some people, collecting dolls as a hobby is not even an option. They cannot even fathom collecting dolls for a hobby. I think we should feel sad for Karen, the soccer mom, who instead of living her best life is picking on people like us who are living our best life. So it's much better to try to empathize and understand where those people are coming from, because then you can see how stupid and utterly meaningless the point that they're trying to make is. And a lot of the times I feel like the people who do critique this hobby or any other strange hobby for that matter, or style or interest, they are lacking something. And that's why they need to externalize their frustrations upon us, the people who are not afraid to be themselves. Being creepy and being weird in some way empowers me, but I don't always want to be like this. A lot of the times I just want to blend in. I just want people to leave me alone. No, I think we all have those days. I have a mixture of both. Sometimes I want to be like, hey, I'm myself. And sometimes like, no, just leave me alone. I want to be ignored. But you know what? I used to live in a really small town. And you know what I used to do? I used to take my first ball-jointed doll out with me everywhere. Literally everywhere. I used to walk alone with him and take him to a McDonald's. I used to just plop him right there, right in front of me. And I just sat across the table from him and eat. Of course, I look like I'm bonkers. And of course, everybody in my small hometown knew whenever they saw me on the street, oh, that's that crazy girl right there, yeah. Especially when I was younger, I used to take my dolls out with me everywhere. Grocery shopping, to the mall, to the movies, to McDonald's, anything. I once took a doll to a film festival. Obviously, in this video we're not talking about people who have legitimate phobias. Another thing I take into consideration is that this hobby might be for people who are shy. I prefer just to stay home with my dolls, and I think a lot of people are this way. I think a lot of us are introverts, and that's perfectly okay. If you are this way, you usually have people who are close to you. And I do understand it might affect you, but you should try to explain to those people why you love the hobby, what you like about it. I know it's different for everybody. For me, honestly, it's evolved over time, but that's a topic for another video. If the person is close to you, you should both come to an understanding. They should be open to hearing why you like the things you like. So I think we should take into account that superstition plays a big role in the way people feel about dolls and about us doll collectors. And it's cultural and it differs from place to place, obviously. I really hope this video doesn't come out too long. All in all, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I've done at least a half-decent job of covering this topic. I look forward to talking to you more in the comments or on Instagram. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far, oh my god, I love you. Have a good night, nice day, whatever the time is where you live. Goodbye.